night, which isn't possible if you're working. And then you have to take care of other stuff, like, I don't know, my regular day is like working, then doing some day game or having a date, and going home and prepare stuff for tomorrow, or cooking or whatever, or learning or studying new stuff, like, for example, how I'm going to be better with social media in order to make this podcast more public or more interesting to people. So why I decided to go to Budapest? First of all, I was always excited about Budapest. I was always curious how the city is going to be. And then last year, I have to organize a bachelor party for my best friend, and he is from Hungary. So we went like 3 days on traveling and meeting his family, and then 3 days in Budapest. And so I have to organize all this bachelor stuff. And still we have seen a lot or many things. It's like, first thing is everything comes just too fast. It's like you've seen everything, and then by just a moment everything is over, and I haven't seen enough of the city. And second one is like, there's like, you can go party every night wherever you want. The city itself is way bigger than most of the city in Switzerland, but it's not like that big that it's going to overwhelm you. And it is very pretty, in fact. And also it's like the people there are more people. There's like 1.4 million people in this city, which means you can approach more people or approach more women at daytime and nighttime. And prices here are very low, very, very low. It depends on what you're doing. If you're buying some electric stuff, then it's expensive. But like general, I pay like 400 euros for 2 weeks for the Airbnb apartment. Like, it's a whole apartment. And so prices here are very low. And the city itself is just beautiful. I really like the city. I really like the architecture stuff. So I'm here like 1 day, and I have 13 days left. So there's a lot to explore if I have the time to explore more of that. And what I get out, or my vision is when I'm coming back from Budapest, is to improve more of my skills. Like, I want to really crash and burn the situation, like really going out, approaching, trying things out and stuff. For example, daytime is approaching a lot of women in every situation, like I said before. And that's a great way in Budapest because there's like so many people around, and approaching when they're with women, when they're on the way, when they have their headphones on, or I don't know, like in any given situation, just like approaching, because, and that's the main reason, is you have to manifest this idea that it doesn't matter what other people think of you. And if you're somewhere where nobody is going to know you or nobody knows you, you can really focus only on the approach itself, like at the moment. You can focus only what happens in the moment. So, and I like also to improve the conversation skills and being just more skilled in general. And then, like, I want to learn how to stand out as a person, how you approach people and don't get categorized in like drunk or boring guys, and how you're going to be remembered by the people at the end of the night. And also like how to have fun at night by yourself. Like, that's a lot of struggle people have to. It's also the whole kind of what people think of me stuff, but how you go out in clubs or in location where there are a lot of people, usually in groups, and still having fun by yourself. And I don't mean it like going out somewhere, staying in a bar, getting in the corner and play Flappy Bird on your phone. I really mean like going out, approaching people, meet people, and having fun with yourself or with the people you just met. And that's like a problem we all have, but just a few are just actually change it or trying to change, because it's so frightened. It's really, for me, it scares the shit out when I'm thinking about it, but I have to do it because I really want this feeling of abundance that whatever I'm doing, I'm going to be okay. And the other part is I want to know how I'm here now, and I have here and there connections with the Budapest pickup community, but also how you're going to find like wingman kind of people, how you're going to find them when you're out, how you're going to be friends with them, how you find somebody who is skilled enough to help you when you're approaching a set or whatever, and how I'm going to help people to also start this whole approaching personal development and pickup lifestyle, because so many guys dreaming about being more confident and know how to be with women, but they're just afraid of actually doing it. So I want to inspire people to actually to make this step of trying it out. And what I also want to learn or to do is, as to my surprise, what I realized yesterday is I was looking like 1 week ago for a Airbnb apartment, and I saw in the Facebook group where is the best location to have an apartment for pickup, where is the best place. And so some guys had a map and make the circle in a certain location, and I'm just looking for an apartment in that location or in that circle. Then I found one and just booked it. And when I'm actually here or when I'm walking around, I just saw I was passing by one of the biggest clubs in Budapest, which is called Instant. I passed by that and realized it was the same street where my apartment was. So I think, it's going to be pretty near from the club. And then I just walk like 20 or, no, I guess it's 50 meters further, and realize that my apartment is just next to the club, right next to it. It's like you can go out, just walk left, and then you're there. And so I was very excited to have an apartment so near from one of the biggest club. And there is the other point to which I want to. There's another thing I want to point out is how can I pull a girl to my place from the club? Because that's one of those things I struggle. I can have conversation and kiss actually the girl, but because I don't live in Switzerland, I don't live like next to a club. I live a bit further away. You always have to take a bus or a train. I can't pull women easily. And now it's like the opportunity to actually do this stuff, to take a woman home to me. And so I have to learn all this process from approaching a woman and conversation and having a conversation, reaching the social hook point, the sexual hook point, bouncing, isolate the girl from her friends, and bring things further, and finally bring her back to your place. So I want really to learn this skill, how to do it, what's the plan is from A to Z. And I'm doing this here because there's more people here in Budapest who can party every night, and nobody knows you. So if you fucked up the situation, it doesn't matter. Nobody is going to recognize you. And my goal is to really improve all this stuff. And when I come back to Switzerland, I know exactly what I have to do to achieve my dreams or my goals. And if you have any suggestions or tips or advice you could give me, not only about the whole pickup stuff, but also about the podcast, I would be very, very thankful if I can any recommendations or advice. And yeah, thank you for listening to this episode, and hope I see you in the next one. Until then, shark up.